Hello everybody. Today we will be looking at the grouping behavior of Passer domesticus, better known as the common house sparrow. In order to better understand why this social bird spends much of its life in groups, we will be watching a few clips. While doing this, we will be discussing published articles from studies and evaluating them with Tinbergen's 4 levels of analysis: causation, development, function, and evolution. Each video used has multiple sparrows in it, but they can be hard to see, so please look close. Believe it or not, the house sparrow has a fairly complicated social structure. There are many internal and external factors that control their grouping behavior in the short term. One such proximate causation is the familiarity of the sparrows in the area. In a study done by Beniamino, Tolizzi, and counterparts on sparrow familiarity relating to sex, they found that familiarity of birds to one another influenced the grouping behavior. By marking birds and watching them interact, they noticed that when an unfamiliar sparrow joined another sparrow on the ground, the time spent together was much shorter than if a familiar bird flew down to join it. This observation was true in other social interactions as well. Although the point of the study is related to grouping of sparrows related to sex, which does make a difference, it shows that a proximate cause, like the variation of familiarity, affects grouping of the house sparrows. Familiarity causes more grouping, while non-familiarity causes less grouping. What an individual experiences in their life plays a very large role in their development. In the case of sparrows, 2 environmental factors stand out that teach and push them to be in groups. These are higher foraging success and predator detection. As discussed in Module 6 of COG books, when animals group together, they are more effective at finding food and detecting predators. Christopher Templeton and team, in a study on sparrow juvenile groups, made some very interesting discoveries pertaining to this. He found from a young age these sparrows would form groups with other juvenile birds. Clumped resources seem to naturally congregate the sparrows, making group living unavoidable in a sense. But Templeton recognized that forage success and predator detection were the main reason for juveniles to group. The grouping behavior of house sparrows has been shown to serve an ultimate functional role as well. Robin Kabutza and team did a study of hierarchy formation in groups of sparrows, and one conclusion of the study was the role effective dominance hierarchy plays in reducing conflict. This reduction of conflict helps them to better survive due to more managed breeding and feeding. By having a place in the group, members know their roles, which makes them a more efficient group. The functional purpose of grouping, and more specifically organized hierarchy inside of groups, enables the house sparrows to better survive and reproduce. The behavior of flocking into a social group very well evolved due to many reasons. One of the most important and not so obvious is the group harnessing innovations of a few flock members in order to better survive. In a paper on innovation success in house sparrows, Preisner studied sparrows to see if members with higher innovation experienced different hierarchy in a group. The other group members lacking in innovation will directly benefit from novel food sources discovered by the innovative few and will learn the skills for future uses. Over time, house sparrows have evolved by incorporating these innovative skills. It is also not a stretch to say that the grouping of sparrows evolved, in part, to birds benefiting from each other's innovation. Since it pays to be in a group and learn from one another, over time group living would be selected for.